Well, hey there, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be my very first episode of Beauty Basics for my brow routine. First step, get your eyebrows done. It's a quick snapshot of some of the products that I will be using in this video. So first things first, let's brush out our eyebrows with a spoolie brush. This one is actually on the back of my eyebrow pencil, which makes things a little convenient. But for this brow, I'm going to be using the NYX eyebrow gel in the shade Blonde. And I'm putting a small amount of it on my hand and then dipping in an eyeliner angled brush into the brow gel. Just a little bit goes a long way. And I always start with the tail of my eyebrow. Then after that, I go in to work on my arch of my brow. I start with the bottom and then I go onto the top. Just always applying light layers until I get the shape that I want. And then I continue to layer product on top of each other, gradually getting lighter and lighter till I get to the front of my brow. Just little by little. Then when you go to draw on the front of your brow, draw it very faintly of where you would like it to go and make sure the front of your brow does not go past the bridge of your nose. Also, random side note that the arch of your brow should be just diagonal of the pupil of your eye, and the tail of your brow should never exceed the end of your eye, if that makes sense. And when you do this, it's the best way to make your eyebrows as symmetrical as possible, even though they're sisters and not twins. Once you've established that, you can go in a little bit darker with the front of your brow, but I wouldn't suggest getting more product. Just work with what is left on your brush and flick it in an upward motion. All right, moving on, we are brushing out the next eyebrow. This eyebrow, I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Universal Eyebrow Pencil, Brow Power. And again, I'm going to be starting with the tail in very light strokes. Light and little product is key because you can always add more product. It's harder to take off product than it is to put it on. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so I started off with the tail and then I'm working on into the arch of my brow, just diagonal of my pupil. And I personally like to go with the natural shape of my brow that is mostly achieved because someone shapes them for me. It makes my job a lot easier. And then just drawing on the front of the brow and flicking up the pencil in very light strokes, and then just deepening and darkening that ever so slightly. The nice thing is you can actually brush out product, so I guess that is a little bit of a misconception of what I just said earlier, but make sure you always brush out your brows after you apply the gel or the pencil, because you don't want to look like a chola, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, you can if you want to, but I prefer not to, but you know, if that's what you like, then that's what you like. Then to clean things up, I go in with a concealer underneath the brow to make things more precise. I also put on eye primer underneath this, by the way, so that you know, it lasts longer and stuff. And then in my foundation, I took a concealer and went over the top of my brow. I normally wouldn't do this until after I apply my foundation, but since I'm not applying foundation in this video, I'm doing it for you now. I hope you guys like this video. I'm going to be posting these episodes in the order of how I normally do my makeup. So since I always start with my brows, this is the video that I started with. One last thing, make sure if you want to soften up the front of your brows, tap on it with a little foundation buffing brush. Until next time, keep going and keep glowing.